The rain pounded the streets of Chicago like an unrelenting drumbeat, turning the evening commute into a chaotic blur of umbrellas and hurried footsteps. Elio Thompson, a mid-level accountant at Sterling Enterprises, clutched his briefcase tighter as he navigated the crowded sidewalk, his mind already drifting to the warmth of his small apartment. But then he saw him, a man huddled in the doorway of an abandoned storefront, soaked through, his thin jacket doing little against the chill, eyes downcast but holding a quiet dignity that stopped Elio in his tracks. Without a second thought, Elio approached, his heart tugging at the sight. "Hey man, you okay? Looks like you could use a hot meal or something." The stranger looked up, his blue eyes piercing through the gloom, and for a moment, Elio felt an inexplicable pull, a spark of connection that went beyond pity. The man's name was Jamie, or so he said, with a voice soft yet resonant, carrying traces of an educated accent that seemed out of place in his ragged appearance. They talked briefly under the awning as the rain eased, Jamie sharing snippets of a life derailed by bad luck. Lost job, family estrangement, the streets claiming him bit by bit. Elio, who had always prided himself on small acts of kindness, especially after his own struggles coming out in a conservative family, felt compelled to do more. "Listen, my company's having this office party tomorrow night. Fancy gala at the downtown hotel. Why don't you come as my guest? Clean up, good food, maybe network a bit." Jamie hesitated, his gaze flickering with doubt, but something in Elio's earnest smile convinced him to nod. Back home, Elio second-guessed himself. What was he thinking, inviting a complete stranger to the annual Sterling Gala? The event was a big deal. Black tie, schmoozing with executives, including the elusive CEO, Marcus Sterling, who rarely showed his personal side. Elio's colleagues were a mix. Some progressive, others stuck in outdated views, especially about anything outside the heteronormative bubble. As an openly gay man in the firm, Elio had faced his share of subtle biases, jokes that weren't funny, promotions that went to straight colleagues. But he pushed through, focusing on his work and the quiet life he'd built. The next day, Elio met Jamie at a nearby shelter, handing him a spare suit from his closet. It fit surprisingly well, accentuating Jamie's lean frame and bringing out a handsomeness that the streets had hidden. "You clean up nice," Elio said with a grin, trying to ignore the flutter in his chest. They arrived at the gala together, Jamie looking nervous but composed, blending in amid the glittering chandeliers and flowing champagne. As the evening unfolded, Elio introduced Jamie around, framing him as an old acquaintance to avoid awkward questions. The party buzzed with corporate chatter, mergers, stock prices, the usual. But Elio noticed eyes lingering on them, whispers behind hands. Was it because they were two men arriving together? Or Jamie's slightly worn shoes giving away his secret? Elio brushed it off, enjoying Jamie's company more than expected. Jamie was witty, insightful, sharing stories that hinted at a past in finance, making Elio laugh in a way he hadn't in months. Then came the moment that shifted everything. Marcus Sterling, the tall, imposing CEO with a reputation for being both brilliant and reclusive, took the stage for his speech. He thanked the team, announced bonuses, but then his voice softened. "And tonight, I want to introduce someone special to me. My husband, who has been through hell this past year, but is finally back where he belongs." The room fell silent as Marcus extended a hand, and to Elio's horror, Jamie stood up, walking confidently to the stage. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Elio's heart plummeted, his mind racing. Husband? CEO's husband? Jamie, Marcus's Jamie? The pieces clicked. The educated accent, the finance knowledge, the estrangement. Jamie had been undercover, perhaps testing the company's compassion or dealing with personal demons. But now here he was, embracing Marcus publicly for what seemed like the first time in the firm's history. Whispers turned to murmurs. "Marcus is gay? Since when? And that homeless guy is his husband?" Elio sat frozen, a mix of betrayal and confusion washing over him. Had Jamie used him, or was this genuine? As the couple descended the stage, eyes turned to Elio, the man who'd brought the homeless stranger. Colleagues approached, some with congratulations, others with judgmental stares. One senior exec muttered, "Didn't know we were running a charity here." Loud enough for Elio to hear. The night spiraled. Elio confronted Jamie in a quiet corner, his voice low but intense. "You let me think you were homeless. Why? Was this some game?" Jamie's eyes softened, regret evident. "It wasn't a game, Elio. I left Marcus after a fight about coming out about his workaholic ways. I ended up on the streets for real, pride keeping me from going back. Meeting you, it reminded me of kindness, of what I missed." Marcus joined them, his presence commanding yet vulnerable. "Thank you for bringing him here, Elio. I didn't know where he was." But the gratitude felt hollow to Elio, who now faced the fallout. Rumors spread. Was Elio in on it? Trying to curry favor? Or worse, implications about his own sexuality tying into this scandal? As the party wound down, Elio slipped out, the city lights blurring through his tears. He'd acted from the heart, but now questions loomed. About trust, societal judgments on gay relationships, the hidden lives people lead. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of entanglements that would test his career, his heart, and his beliefs. The days following the gala were a whirlwind for Elio. Sterling Enterprises buzzed with gossip, emails flying about Marcus's revelation and Jamie's dramatic return. Elio found himself at the center, colleagues treating him like a hero one moment, a fool the next. His boss, Sarah, pulled him into her office first thing Monday. "Elio, what you did was unexpected, but it humanized the boss. Good for morale, I guess." Her tone was neutral, but Elio sensed the underlying caution. Don't make waves. At home, Elio replayed the night. Jamie's touch on his arm during their talk, the way his eyes lit up sharing stories. Was there a spark or just gratitude? Elio had been single for years, focusing on work after a bad breakup where his ex couldn't handle the societal pressures of being out. Now, this inviting a man who turned out to be married to the CEO. The irony stung. Jamie reached out via email, apologizing and asking to meet. Against his better judgment, Elio agreed, choosing a quiet coffee shop in Wrigleyville. Jamie arrived looking polished, a far cry from the street-worn man. "I owe you an explanation," he began. Over lattes, Jamie unfolded his story. Married to Marcus for 5 years in secret, fearing backlash in the corporate world. A fight over Marcus's refusal to come out publicly led Jamie to leave, spiraling into homelessness when savings ran dry. "I didn't plan to deceive you. You were kind when no one else was." Elio listened, emotions swirling. Anger at the lie, empathy for Jamie's pain, and a budding attraction he couldn't deny. "But why not tell me? I brought you there thinking I was helping a stranger." Jamie sighed. Pride and fear. "Marcus and I. It's complicated. Society still judges us harshly." Their conversation deepened, touching on shared experiences. Elio's conservative upbringing in rural Illinois, where being gay meant isolation. Jamie's urban family who accepted him but couldn't shield him from broader prejudices. As they parted, Jamie's hand lingered on Elio's, a silent acknowledgement of the connection forming. Back at work, tensions escalated. A group of older executives, known for their traditional views, started a whisper campaign. "Marcus coming out like that? It's distracting. And Elio bringing his husband? Smells like favoritism." Elio overheard snippets in the break room, feeling the sting of homophobia masked as concern. One colleague, Tom, confronted him directly. "Dude, you knew, right? Trying to get ahead." Elio denied it, but doubt seeded. Marcus called Elio to his office, a sprawling space overlooking Lake Michigan. "I appreciate what you did. Jamie speaks highly of you." But the meeting turned serious. "There might be pushback. Some board members aren't thrilled about my personal life becoming public." Elio nodded, sensing opportunity and risk. "If you need support, sir, I'm here." Marcus smiled faintly. "Call me Marcus. And yes, I might." As weeks passed, Elio and Jamie's meetings became regular lunches, walks in Grant Park. Jamie opened up about his marriage's strains. Marcus's work obsession leaving little room for romance, the pressure of secrecy eroding their bond. Elio shared his loneliness, the fear of never finding someone who understood the nuances of being gay in corporate America. Their bond grew, laced with unspoken tension. Was it friendship or more? Society's conflicts intruded. A company-wide diversity training sparked debates, with some employees arguing against pushing agendas. Elio spoke up, defending inclusivity, but faced backlash online when an anonymous post on a work forum accused him of exploiting the situation for promotion. Jamie comforted him over dinner one night, their hands brushing, eyes locking in a moment that felt electric. But guilt crept in. Jamie was married, albeit unhappily. Elio wrestled with his feelings. Loyalty to Marcus, who had promoted him to senior accountant, versus the pull toward Jamie. A heated argument with a friend amplified the dilemma. Elio, you're playing with fire. Breaking up a marriage? That's not you. Yet Jamie confessed similar turmoil. Marcus and I, we're more roommates now, but divorce in the spotlight? It could ruin him. The climax built when Marcus announced a company retreat, inviting spouses. Jamie hesitated, confiding in Elio. I don't know if I can pretend anymore. Elio's heart raced. Then don't. Choose what makes you happy. Their words hung heavy, the air thick with possibility and controversy. The retreat in the Wisconsin Dells was meant to foster team spirit, but for Elio, it amplified the brewing storm. Cabins nestled by the river, bonfires at night. Idyllic on the surface, turbulent beneath. Marcus and Jamie arrived together, playing the happy couple, but Elio noticed the cracks. Forced smiles, minimal touches. During group activities, Elio paired with Jamie for a trust fall exercise, their proximity igniting sparks. I've got you, Elio whispered, catching Jamie, who lingered in his arms a beat too long. Marcus watched from afar, his expression unreadable. Evenings brought confessions. By the fire, Jamie shared more. His homelessness wasn't just from the fight. It stemmed from depression, exacerbated by hiding his identity. Society expects gay men to be fabulous or invisible. No room for messiness. Elio nodded, recounting his own battles, family rejection, workplace microaggressions. Their talks drew stares, fueling rumors. A confrontation erupted during a team-building hike. Tom, the skeptical colleague, cornered Elio. You're getting cozy with the boss's husband. Think no one's noticing. Elio fired back. It's called friendship. Jealous. But Tom's words echoed societal biases. In this company, it's all about optics. Marcus coming out is one thing. Drama like this could tank stocks. That night, Jamie sought Elio at his cabin. Marcus knows something's up. We argued. Tears glistened in Jamie's eyes. I love him, but not like before. With you, it's different. Real. Elio's resolve cracked. He pulled Jamie close, their embrace charged but chaste, a culmination of emotional buildup. Morning brought fallout. Marcus pulled Elio aside. Jamie told me about your talks. I appreciate you being there for him, but boundaries, Elio. His voice held hurt, not anger. Elio felt torn, respect for Marcus clashing with feelings for Jamie. Back in Chicago, the situation intensified. A board meeting loomed, with conservative investors questioning Marcus's leadership post-revelation. Personal scandals distract, one emailed. Jamie, caught in the middle, confided his plan. I'm leaving Marcus, but I need time. Elio urged caution. Think about the impact, on him, on us. Social conflicts peaked at a pride event the company sponsored. Elio and Jamie attended, Marcus absent due to meetings. Amid rainbow flags, they shared a dance, innocent yet intimate, captured in a photo that went viral internally. Outrage followed. Accusations of infidelity, questions about ethics in gay relationships. Is monogamy even expected? One forum post read, sparking debates. Elio faced HR scrutiny. No policy broken, but perception matters. He defended himself. This is about love, not scandal. But doubt gnawed. Was he the villain, poaching a married man? Jamie filed for divorce quietly, citing irreconcilable differences. Marcus, devastated, confided in Elio. I pushed him away with my secrecy. Now he's found you. Guilt surged. Elio questioned his choices, kindness leading to heartbreak. Whose? As tensions mounted, a company leak exposed the drama to media. Headlines screamed, CEO's gay marriage implodes amid employee affair. Protests outside headquarters, some supporting LGBTQ rights, others decrying moral decay. Elio's life unraveled, paparazzi hounding him, family calling with judgments. In a raw moment, Elio confronted Jamie. Was any of this real or rebound? Jamie's response, real from the start. Your kindness saved me. They kissed briefly, a promise amid chaos, but society's lens twisted it into controversy. The media frenzy turned sterling enterprises into a battleground. Stock prices dipped, investors pulled out, blaming the personal distractions. Marcus addressed the company in a town hall, voice steady. My private life is just that, private. But I stand by who I am. Applause mixed with silence, divisions clear. Elio, now dating Jamie openly, faced backlash. Colleagues shunned him, labeling him a homewrecker. Gay community should stick together, not tear apart, one said. Elio wrestled with the label, attending therapy to unpack his role. I didn't intend this, he told his therapist. But love isn't planned. Jamie moved in with Elio, their relationship blossoming amid turmoil. Mornings in bed, sharing dreams. Evenings debating society's double standards. Straight affairs get passes, ours get scrutiny, Jamie noted. They navigated coming out anew, facing friends' mixed reactions. Support from some, condemnation from others. A pivotal conflict arose when Marcus offered Elio a promotion, sparking accusations of favoritism. Sleeping your way up? Tom sneered. Elio declined, choosing integrity. I earned my place, but the damage lingered. Family intervened. Elio's sister visited, concerned. Mom's worried. This drama, is it worth it? Elio defended. Love is worth fighting for, even if messy. Their talk highlighted generational gaps, older views on marriage versus fluid modern relationships. Jamie's ex-family dynamics surfaced. His parents, accepting but distant, reached out. We heard about Marcus. And now Elio. A tense dinner ensued, questions probing. Is this stable? Society's hard on gay couples. Jamie stood firm. Stability comes from us, not them. High drama hit when a lawsuit threatened. A shareholder sued, claiming Marcus's personal issues breached fiduciary duty. Jamie testified, revealing the emotional toll of secrecy. Hiding our marriage destroyed it. The courtroom buzzed with debates on privacy versus corporate image. Elio supported Jamie, their bond strengthening, but doubts crept. Was their love born of crisis sustainable? The fight erupted. You used me to leave him, Elio accused. Jamie countered. No, you showed me what real connection is. Reconciliation followed. Deeper understanding forged. They attended couples counseling addressing trust issues. Society's pressures, hate mail, online trolls tested them, but they emerged resilient. Marcus, post-divorce, found solace in advocacy, starting an LGBTQ employee resource group. He and Elio mended fences over coffee. I don't blame you. We were broken before. Forgiveness healed old wounds. As normalcy returned, Elio reflected on choices. Kindness sparking change, but at what cost? The company evolved, more inclusive, but scars remained. With the lawsuit dismissed, Sterling Enterprises stabilized, Marcus steering it toward progressive policies. Elio and Jamie's relationship matured, marked by quiet joys, weekend getaways to Michigan dunes, cooking together in their cozy apartment. Yet, echoes of controversy lingered, shaping their worldview. One evening, watching the sunset from their balcony, Jamie turned to Elio. Do you regret inviting me that rainy night? Elio smiled. Never. It changed everything for better. Their fingers intertwined, a testament to enduring love amid adversity. But society hadn't fully caught up. At a friend's wedding, stares and whispers reminded them of ongoing judgments. Two men post-scandal bold, someone muttered. They danced anyway, defying norms. Career-wise, Elio thrived in a new role, advocating for diversity. Jamie started a nonprofit for homeless LGBTQ youth, channeling his experiences. Together, they spoke at events, sharing their story to inspire, though it invited criticism, glorifying infidelity. A final twist came when Marcus remarried. A quiet ceremony with a new partner, openly celebrated. He invited Elio and Jamie, a gesture of closure. At the event, toasts raised, past pains acknowledged. To new beginnings, Marcus said, eyes meeting Elio's with understanding. As the story closed, Elio pondered the journey. From a simple act of kindness to a web of emotions, choices, and societal clashes. Love won, but not without battles. Was it right for Elio to pursue a relationship with Jamie, knowing he was married? Or does true love justify crossing ethical lines?